My name is Mohamed Cassoojee. I'm a Vice President of Software G, Country Manager of South Africa. Software G is a company that's been around for quite a long time. We've been in existence since 1969. At a point, we always found ourselves finding and creating a much more efficient way of providing ICT technology to our customers. In the early 60s and 70s, we started providing what we call ETS, which is a transaction system, which introduced the first third-generation software development, and that allowed people to develop software a lot more fast and efficiently. A lot of those systems are still running major governments, banks, and customers currently. So it's been very good technology that's been reliable and have longevity. Subsequently, though, in the late 90s, we've understood that what was lacking in the market was the ability for customers to integrate across their systems, integrate the information, and also start automating some of the processes that the business needed. So we've acquired a company called Web Methods, which was one of the strongest providers in the market of integration software, enterprise services bus, which allows information to flow between people, systems, applications, and these days between machine to machine. And then we also acquired a company called Eris, which provided a product called Eris, in which companies were able to model processes, manage those processes, automate those processes, and allow efficiency to be created out of workflow, and also to manage when workflows broke down going forward. More recently, we've understood the need to manage information better, to manage information within the context of where it comes from. So when we look at things like information out of the transactional data, information that is market related, information coming from a social input, we find that being able to integrate all this information and then allowing businesses to make good decisions to take the business forward is key. What we've done now is put in accredited technologies where you're able to tie all this information together, do things like manage events, manage breakdowns in processes, manage machine interfaces, and allow proactive actions to take place. So the world currently is full with tons of information, almost like oil wells popping up everywhere. Unless we're able to synthesize that and actually manage it and get value out of it, it's very difficult to actually understand what value is in that information. What we've now done is taken all that information together from various inputs, put it into very high fast data and high speed data management memory that allows customers and business owners to actually interrogate the data, but more importantly to manage reactions as to what needs to be happened. So we can see people reacting and preventing information and problems that are happening before they actually occur. From a business perspective, there's a lot of advantages. From a marketing perspective, you can market products, but depending on feedback, what feedback you get immediately from social networks or from input from customers, you can change the marketing campaign so that you can adjust and get more maximum value. Product development, you can develop the products and from input of the market change the design of the products to be more catering of the public. From a financial perspective, you can actually take in not just customers' creditworthiness, but you can understand the data around them, as well as market-driven data in terms of credit risk and credit legal requirements, and be able to package a much more suitable offering for those customers without actually risking any liability going forward. So there's a lot of benefits using the new technology that sits on top of the automation of processes, as well as integrating all the information, and that's what we're trying to push to the customers, the message we're getting across. The reason why we're actually sponsoring the IT News Business Innovation Breakfast is we've worked with IT News before in parts of other Africa, and we found that the information exchange between us and our client base, as well as new potential customers, was very valuable. There's an important need to make customers understand what we're doing in the market, especially in the markets like KZN as well as Cape Town. It's important for customers to understand what is happening and what is changing in the business value. And with our international access to other customers and how they're using these technologies, it puts us in a good position to understand how we can adapt those technologies, work with customers locally, as well as understand what to be able to implement locally so that customers can maximize the benefits they get out of using the latest round of technologies like internal business operations, integration, and then the four forces which everyone talks about. So we're sponsoring the event, our first event in KZN right in South Africa, and we're going to follow that up with an event in Cape Town towards the end of October. We feel that this is a good partnership in our ability to be able to bring to market the knowledge around using information extensively, concepts like big data, mobility, how to tap into the social networks to be able to extract value for businesses, but also more importantly how businesses can integrate all that information and make quick decisions that have far-reaching effects in terms of the future business. So we hope that going forward, these sessions with ICT South Africa and our customers on a regular basis will bring a lot more value, both in terms of some thought leadership that we provide, but more importantly, a view into the technologies we provide to enable some of these business changes that are taking place, and also for customers to understand Software AG a lot better going forward. So thank you very much for listening to me for the last few minutes. We hope to see you at the event because we believe it will be quite valuable from a business perspective and time well spent. We would like to encourage you to attend, but also bring in a lot of the questions you may have around the technologies in Software AG. With that, I'd like to say goodbye. Again, my name is Mohamed Cassoojee. I'm Vice President of Software AG and the Country Manager for South Africa. Thanks a lot.